episode, Box Office Mondays, another stream. So yeah, getting into my flow a bit more. But actually, yeah, let's not even talk about this. I just gotta do the dirt. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and all that business. Yeah, man. Check out what some of the news has for us today in terms of movies and stuff, man. So yeah. Uh, Usually I like to leave the box office news for like a bit later in the in the stream, but yeah, I'm gonna just start off with it, man. Just gonna kick it off. Um, the top 10 box office. So yeah, let's check it out. I was actually thinking I should do a video for these, but yeah, this is we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna start experimenting some more, but anyway, enough talking from me, man. Um, we started number 10. Uh, Transformers One. Transformers One has made $720,000, which is like, yeah, it's fallen off a bit, man. It was a number 8 last week, but what I can say is that a lot of new films have come out. A lot of new films are doing well in their second weekends and third weekends. Um, like this is quite surprisingly, a lot of low budget films are taking the box office by storm. There's not a lot of competition in the way of uh, big films, you know. So yeah, man. I think these films actually it's actually quite good that some of these films, original ideas, even if it's not original ideas, like new ideas from different directors, and I think that's actually quite a good thing for the industry. Just liven it up, have people get people having that interest to go back to theaters again, man, to cinemas, and that's a good thing. So yeah, um, obviously, Transformers is a number 10. Piece by Piece is a number 7. Piece by Piece made a mad jump last week. It made a mad jump last week to make like to make like $8 million last week. Like $7 million last weekend. It made like $1 million the previous weekend, and then it jumped like mad, and then it got pushed down again. But even though it's having like a bad third weekend, uh, it's quite amazing that it's even made this far, and not a lot of people even knew about Piece by Piece. So yeah, Piece by Piece is number 9, and Nora is one of the films I was just talking about that has had a okay, not like a massive jump, like probably a 60% jump, not like Piece by Piece, which had like a near 400% jump, in the second weekend. This, like six, for example, 6 days in August, it had 1,000% jump, and it's at number 11. But obviously, we're only looking at the top 10. 6 days in August, that 1,000% jump in the second weekend, which is quite amazing, man. So as I said, man, I think this is very good that we're getting newer directors, newer filmmakers, and yeah, man, it's very good. Uh, yeah, where are we again? Okay, so yeah, that's Anora at number 8, and then number 7 still hanging on. Is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, it's in its eighth weekend, and it still made like $3 million this past weekend. For it's made $288 million in America, and international made 150 million. Which is more of a testament to how much legs it has in America. It's like it was a worldwide cultural phenomenon. Till this day, people still watch the original Beetlejuice. It gets more fans every time it plays on TV, and every time people mention it in magazines, or like Michael Keaton, he probably mentions it in his interviews, and it gets more fans more and more by every year, man. So actually amazing that this film has done this. Uh, so yeah, at number six, and it's still hanging on. It's still doing amazing for film that's only made of $2 million, man. Um, Terrifier 3. Terrifier 3 made $4.7 million this weekend, which even if it only made that for like one weekend, it would have been a hit for them. But obviously it's made 10 times more than that. It's made 44 million overall in America and over 10 million worldwide for a worldwide cume of $55 million, man, off of $2 million, which is amazing, man. And considering the film was very gruesome, oh my god, this reminds me of Saw 2 and Saw 3, Saw 4, all of those movies, and in terms of how gruesome this film actually is. But I kind of think that this film uh, takes it to another level. In terms of how gruesome it can be. The deaths are very cruel, man, and it's not like torture porn, but it's very yeah, it's mad gruesome, man. It's like how you can compare this film is like how you can compare it to a body horror film in terms of how gruesome it is. So yeah, uh, yeah, man. Terrified 3 doing good, man. And anyway, in its opening weekend, not in its opening weekend, its third weekend, it, we live in time. It made more money than it did last weekend. It made $4.8 million. Um, yeah, which is like a bit more than it made last weekend. So hey, that's quite good. In its opening weekend, Conclave has made $6.5 million, man. I don't know anything about Conclave. I probably should. Let's check it out. What's Conclave about, man? Oh, the movie is Stanley Tucci and oh shit, Conclave. Oh man, I was actually looking forward to this. Uh, it's obviously Edward Berger made this, and this thing, he made this, and coming off of his, mad successful what movie did he? He made a mad successful movie. I'm not on it today, man, but getting there, ramping up. Yeah. Edward Berger, obviously, he made All Quiet on the Western Front. There we go. Um, yeah, man. He was got a lot of nominations, a lot of awards, and a lot of people are actually looking for him to direct this thing, the new James Bond film. But Edward Berger has done the thing that a lot of filmmakers should be doing, is not necessarily should be doing, but which is actually good for them, because sometimes you move on to bigger projects and then you fail, and then that just kind of kills your whole career. But I feel that Edward Berger, he's doing what a lot of filmmakers should do, man. He's just making more movies. Obviously, he's dropped this one. He's got one coming out next year. Um, what what's it called? The Battle of a Small Player. Anyway, Conclave is number four. A film that is doing amazingly as well. It just edges Conclave basically to stay at number three. Is it dropped last weekend from number two. It has held to the number two spot for a very long time by now. Is The Wild Robot, man, at number three, also grossing um $6.5 million. It is mad. This movie, it's got like a 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is quite rare. The only film that has come close to it in terms of that rating has been Transformers 1, which is actually excellent. But I kind of feel like the Wild Robots advertising was spot on. Two very different films. This is very light. It's a very light film. It's a very family oriented film, but it's very well done. Um, Obviously, it comes from DreamWorks Studios. Oh, yeah, DreamWorks Animation. Yeah, Universal Pictures. and yeah, it's made like 232 overall and 111. So it's made more internationally than it's made locally because it is that good of a film, man. I kind of think it's been underrated. It's a very underrated film, I think. Until, like, I don't know, man. It seems like a lot of these films which should be doing well are not, and I don't know if that's just bad advertising or what, or is it because that they're very dramatically heavy. They're not like The Wild Robot is a good film, but it has its comedy moments. But where it really soars, its what do you call the training phase in many kung fu movies or superhero movies these days, like the training phase of the film and the dramatic moments. That's where the film really soars, man. It does really well in those moments, and I think yeah, maybe people are tired of the drama. Life has been heavy these days. Life is heavy lately, so I don't know, man. Maybe people are looking for something, for some entertainment. And that's where we go to number two, man. A very entertaining movie, I have to say. Smile 2. Obviously the first one, unexpected box office hit. Um, Second one, it's doing really well at the box office, though in the second weekend it has had quite a drop off, like a 60% drop off, and that doesn't really bode well. But it's already won because it has a sequel. The film has already won. If it makes a third one, that would be, even if the third one absolutely fails at the box office, they've won. They've made a film based off of a short film, and that one did fantastically well. The second one is very good. I watched it this weekend, but I'm not really sure. I wasn't really sure if I should put more, make a video about it because it is also a very gruesome film. But I have to say it's very good. A lot of plot holes, but it made sense at the end. And even though I felt like it, anyway, that's. I think I should put that in a review, man. I haven't dropped a review in a while. That is bad. Um. Anyway, Smile 2 made $9.4 million in its second weekend, and obviously the film that is just Smile 2. It's made $83 million worldwide, man. That is mad. That is mad. I wonder how close it is to the first one, man. Um, Laura hasn't slept. That was supposed to be the original title, man. Parker Finn has done absolutely amazing. It's hot on the heels of the first one, which made like 217 million dollars. It has grossed obviously $84 million, 40 million American domestic, 60 40 million worldwide, for a cum of $83 million, man. Budgets are kind of the same. Okay, it has an $11 million budget, which is better. But yeah, Smile 2 is a great movie, man. I suggest if you're really into horror films, but this one, it plays out more like a psychological thriller, which is how the first one kind of played out, but this one does it more. And yeah, and we get to our number one, man, top spot. Uh, a film that divides a lot of opinion, but I can say it's entertaining as hell. I got a chance to watch it yesterday. It is very good. And at number one, it is Venom: The Last Dance. Venom: The Last Dance made $51 million, man, in its opening weekend, and yeah, man, it's the king of the box office by a clear amount, man. Smile 2 made $10 million. It times that by like five, and it already has $175 million. Venom, because of how popular Spider Man is, as an international property and how Venom is popular as an international property. It has made more than double on its international claim. It has like 70% of its worldwide gross is international, comes from international markets, and it has an international gross of 124 million in its opening weekend versus 51 million in this thing 51 million in America, and usually that's usually the other way around. But for films like this, films which are wacky, which pay no mind to, not saying that pays no mind to, having a coherent story, but which the focus is more on entertainment. Uh, this film, it hit the mark, man, and I can say that as I was watching it, I was entertained, man. You know, I've been watching all of these, like even what comparing it to the Wild Robot. Wild Robot is a good film. It excels in its dramatic phases. Venom excels in its entertainment. That's all I can say, man. And the results are there for all to see, man. It probably won't have as good a legs as the previous films, but for me, even the first and second one, they were entertainment films, man. They weren't really. This one, it kind of teased that this would be like a like a more dramatic turn because of the title, The Last Dance. It is the last film. It probably tried to tell us that with its advertising, it tried to tell us that it would have more emotional depth. But I'm not saying that it didn't, but it didn't really focus on that as much, man. As much as it focused on the plot and what is actually going on, and the entertainment part of it, and how to make it as funny as possible, to introduce as many characters as possible that I saw at the end. And yeah, it gave the people what they want because we want to see more. Um, Number one, we wanted to see more symbiotes, different kinds of symbiotes. Number two, we wanted to see Venom, like all the different types of Venom. It gave us that. We got frog Venom, we got fish Venom, we got horse Venom, which was very good. Uh, I enjoyed that part. And yeah, man, Venom rules the box office, man. So it took us 17 minutes to get there, but we got there. Um, it was actually made for like only $10 million more expensive than the previous one. I do wonder if this will have the legs. But seeing how Venom is a popular character with a lot of people, uh, yeah, let's see, man. Let's see how this is gonna go. So yeah, obviously, people, that was my um that was the my news of the box office top 10 this weekend. And yeah, let's check out what other film news there are. There are film news. Film news. Okay. Um. Oh no, man. I'm not doing any of this Star Wars stuff. There is news of Daisy Ridley saying that how she hopes the new Star Wars movie, um, the New Jedi Order, it could be kickstarting a Ray series, and a lot of people have their issues with Ray. I do as well. I kind of feel like Ray kind of ruined the whole thing with the Force, where the Force is to be something that you trained so hard for that you earned. I mean, even the very first, actually, this is the second or first Star Wars movie. It showed how Luke had to earn, Luke had to grind, oh man, he had to really earn his way to becoming a Jedi, and he wasn't even a full-fledged Jedi. And I don't know, man, is it because the creators are trying to um give the people more of the Force that they just sort of started giving it to anyone? Because I remember Finn had some Force powers in the Force Awakens, and we never saw it again. But anyway, yeah, man. Um, Obviously, is an article about the Smile 2. I think Smile 2 is being praised for its computer graphics, man, saying that it's the best I've ever seen, and thought they were mad good, man. And yeah, it may have been a very, in terms of what it was doing, it was very, graphics based, and it was doing a lot of, film tricks and all of this stuff, very like a lot of VFX basically, um, visual effects, and this film, it it went crazy, man. It went crazy, and some of the graphics in this film, you can tell it. You could it was that good that you couldn't draw the line between whether it's CG or practical effect, and I guess that is what makes this movie so good. Um, yeah, man, it's a really enjoyable film. Uh, but I don't know, man. I don't see any good news today. Um, I just thank you. What's this? Don't move, okay? I don't remember. Don't move. I don't have don't move performed. But, oh, okay, it was a Netflix film. I'm trying to find all these Netflix streaming data, but that site, I don't know if that site is just reserved for like the big outlets or anything like that. But yeah, we're just gonna have to see. Um, okay, okay, no, I'm not gonna. I have to watch this film to actually know what's going on. Um, Don't Move is a film that's on Netflix, and apparently it's very good. And yeah, it's got a plot twist at the end. And a lot of people are. This article says that it's more of a beginning of a series of films, which I don't know about that. Anyway, I'm just trying to see if there's any more. So, okay, okay. Terrified 2 is more than triple the amount of its second film. I think the second one made like what? It's Terrified 2. I think the second one only made like $7 million, and obviously this one has made over 44 million, which is mad, which is mad compared. Thinking where this film came from. Yeah, okay, it's only made $15 million, and the second one has made uh 44. Anyway, Matt Damon's Jason Bourne 6. I don't know, it hasn't been given an official title yet. The film director was chosen. Is it Edward Berger was actually chosen. Shit, sorry, people, just give me a second. Yeah. Edward Berger is obviously just released the film Conclave, and he's got one coming up next year as well. So I don't know, man. This one was announced 11 months ago, so whatever's going on behind the scenes, it obviously isn't good. That is taking this long to make, and Matt Damon isn't getting any younger. Um, Though the franchise lead remains eager about the project, Jason Bourne 6 has gotten an uncertain update from director Edward Berger. Development on the next installment, sorry about that, people. Development on the next installment of the Matt Damon-led action spy franchise gained proper steam in late 2023 when Edward Berger, who was fresh off his Oscar win for All Quiet on the Western Front, was said to have signed on to direct the movie, with Matt Damon in talks to return. While the Oscar-winning star has affirmed his enthusiasm for Bourne 6, no major updates have been reported in the years since. Now, during a recent interview with Cinema Daily US to discuss the religious mystery thriller Conclave, Berger was asked for an update on how development is going for Jason Bourne 6. The filmmaker has not only had no major news to share about the Damon-led sequel, but even indicated he might not be the one to direct it, feeling uncertain what his future holds in the director's chair. And he said, "It is not clear whether I'm doing that film or not. I'm not doing it right now, and I don't really know what I will do in the future." Um, Obviously, as I said, he's made like two films basically. I think he's still filming or is in post production for the current film that he's making. Um, yeah, it's not the only sequel Burger has debunked being attached to. Like at the moment, Burger is clearly hot property and um is more obviously he's more obviously tied to like films like the James Bond film. He's more obviously tied to the James Bond sequel, or rather, the newest film is 26, movie 26. That's it was being called. But yeah, he's attached to that, and he's actually been chosen for very dramatic films. I think they want to lean back into the whole Skyfall aspect of James Bond instead of having it be like how the film was in the last film, which is it was a very entertaining film in that it focused more on the action, the gadgets, the woman, the cars, the Bond girl. I think that one, the last one was quintessential James Bond, but I think they're still very much attached to how the producers loved how this one was received, how Skyfall was received. Uh, and yeah, I don't think they were quite big fan. They were quite big fans of Spectre. Um, it has to be said, it was kind of disappointing at the end. I honestly thought that this person would be directing that film. Christopher McQuarrie, coming off. Uh, he's probably in the post production phase of Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, um, which is obviously coming out early next year. So actually, I think Christopher McQuarrie, yeah, man. I'm not actually quite sure if he's going to be working on the next film, and yeah. Okay, what happened now? So yeah, people, that's where we at. Um, yeah. Just gonna check if my volume levels are fine. Everything seems good. Um, so yeah, man. Christopher Curry probably would have been my choice for the next this thing film. But obviously, uh, depending on whether or not this thing, whether or not Incredibles 3 does well. When is Incredibles 3 gonna be releasing? Okay, it hasn't been announced yet, but I would have chosen Brad Pitt. Given he's given the Incredibles is very much, even if it is a superhero film, it's very much on the spy, like the very how it's made is made like spy superhero films, like a spy superhero film where someone has to protect his image, and everything is very sneakily done in these two films, in the two Incredible films, and yeah, man, that's what I can say because that's all I can think about right now. Anyway, um, in Western Nicht, US, all quiet on the Western Front. German is hard. Anyway, um, okay. How is this an article? This article has literally two sentences, man. Um, you know, I don't know how some people get paid off of this, man. It's mad. It's mad. Um, so this is going to be the last article I'm doing, man. Because, yeah, I've got a lot to do today. It's almost 12 o'clock, so okay. Let me just finish with the Born. Finish with the Born article. Interestingly, this marks the first time Berger has really spoken about his involvement in Jason Bourne. Six with Damon have confirmed that in February that the Arnold winner was not only attached, but that the sequel was based on Berger's idea, which Damon called great. And in looking at his prior filmography, Berger has written all but one of his films released, thus making it unlikely that he meant to pen the script for the sequel, unless the studio brings in another scribe to write it while Berger focuses on his other projects, including Conclave and the Netflix adaptation, The Battle of a Small Prayer. Why does it say player on Wikipedia and it says prayer? I don't know much about that anyway. Um, that being said, there's also the possibility that Berger may be veering away from directing Born 6. It wouldn't be the first major franchise he was once reported to be attached to, but ultimately didn't join. Berger is hot property, man. He's a hot property. Having once been said to be directing Ocean's 14, only later to confirm they were just rumors. Though Damon's prior commitment comments make Berger's attachment to Bourne far more concrete, and the long gap between initial announcement and his latest updates may point to him or Universal wanting to part ways. To him and Universal wanting to part ways. This is their take on the Jason Bourne's sixth film. Um, oh man, who directed Bourne Ultimatum? Michael Greengrass. Um, because they could easily bring back the director, man. Though he hasn't made a film in a very long time now. Paul Greengrass, he's a very good director. I haven't seen anything from him lately. News of the world. Okay. Oh, 22nd of July. Oh, that was ridiculously good. That was ridiculously good. It's about a massacre, but like the way that movie is done so well, bro. Yo, like if you come in cold into the movie, which I did, it'll absolutely shock you, man. What happens there? It is very well made. He's a very old director as well. Dude is 69. And he's only made what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 films right now. The next one obviously being The Last Bus. Um, Jason Bourne, yeah, it didn't perform well, but it made bank. So it made bank, man. So yeah. Oh, he also made Captain Phillips. Also, Paul Greengrass is a don, man. He's very much done. Um, I don't know what the hell is with the Western thing these days, but it proves my point about superhero films in terms of superhero films are the westerns of yesteryear, man. Sometimes you get a western that bangs, sometimes you get a western that doesn't, man. And yeah, okay, man. And while its lengthy wait is generally a concerning sign for any sequel, particularly one that already has an 8-year gap from its predecessor, I think it's ultimately too soon to determine what Berger's update means for Jason Bourne 6, considering he's not only doing press for the new released Conclave, also reportedly in post production on the Ballad of a Small Prayer. It seems possible he may just have been too busy in the last year since the sequel was announced to have properly sat down and mapped out his plan for it. Alan Damon remains keen on keeping Berger at the helm. The wait may prove even longer. And yeah, man, it is what it is with that, man. Um, Thank you, people. Joining. May your health be well, may your family be well, may you be well. And yeah, there's not much more to say, man. Uh, yeah, like and subscribe and do all the good stuff, people. Um, yeah, thank you. Tips out. Like, subscribe, comment. If you have any comments, check out my other videos. Like and subscribe. There, like them as well. Even if you don't really like them, just to push another person up. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's really, really free. I know data is expensive, but come on, man. Just do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be dropping any more videos today because I have a lot to do. But anyway, thank you, people. Out.